the Edo State 2025 appropriation bill of 605 billion 76 million 76. Let me take it again. 506 billion 605 billion. Sorry. 776 billion. Sorry. It's confusing me. Okay. Since
order in the house, please. Mr. Speaker must be held in silence, please.
605 billion and details of the budget proposal for your consideration and approval. Thank you for your kind consideration.
All right, this is the #1 trending video in Nigeria at this moment. I mean, we were getting reactions on social media. Some people were saying, was he doctored? Some people said, this is the wrong video. It's not true. It's not doctored. But you know what? The Edo State chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Jared Tenebe, tried to rationalize the inability of the state governor to accurately read out the budget figures he presented to the Edo State House of Assembly. Well, here's what he had to say.
Social media has been agog with the governor, our governor, budget presentation about a mistake on 650 billion and the rest of it. It's a normal thing. Zuma made such mistakes, and a lot of people make such mistakes. I don't know figures. You see, that is how to know original and innocent people. Monday is not a thief, so he's not familiar with figures. So anybody who wants to talk and continue to talk is nonsense. He's the governor of the state, and he's the governor of the state. He's performing, and he'll continue to perform. And anybody who does not like his face should go to hell and burn to ashes. Period. And thank you.
Are you agreeing?
Are you agreeing? That does not like my governor.
Really?
Really? Face should go to hell.
Okay. Well, he's saying that the governor is not a thief. That's why that's why he was not able to. Let me just take a reaction from Anthony. Anthony wrote, after watching Jared Tenebe, the acting chairman of the APC, attempt to justify incompetence with a nonsensical narrative, I couldn't help but shake my head in disbelief. How can someone in his position offer such an absurd defense for failures that are glaring to everyone? His attempt to mask incompetence with empty rhetoric is nothing short of insulting. I found myself asking once again, when and how did we get here? The people of Edo deserve better than this. We deserve leaders who are not just capable, but also accountable. It's a shame to see how low the bar has been set. It's moments like this that truly make you reflect on the state of our politics. We're led by people who think they can fool the public with empty words, all while the real issues go unaddressed. This is not the leadership Edo State deserves, and it's time for change, and we are counting on the judiciary to do the needful. I mean, there's been so much confusion online. I mean, even Reno Mockery pulled up, a video where, I don't know, the governor appeared to have serious propaganda. We have played the video here. It was not doctored. Here is Reno Mockery with that video saying that the original video of Edo State governor before it was doctored. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll just take one more reaction. This person said, the Edo State governor has difficulties reading numbers. They should have written the amount in words for him. His handlers have done him a huge disservice. This does not in any way determine how well he will govern the state. Rufy, on fire.
Me? Okay.
Yes.
You know me, I'm an interested party.
Yes, sir.
It was me that asked for interview. In case you know, it was me that asked for interview that they said I should go and bring $1 million. So.
Right.
And I'm not surprised that Jared Tenebe will say that it's because he doesn't steal money. This was the same Jared Tenebe that said Edo people, they are not washing our rice because they don't have money to subscribe for their DS TV. So I'm not surprised. But it speaks volumes. When we asked for debates, people thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
And people started supporting them. For me, it was not about any support for any political party. It was about interrogating who the person is. See, there are many things that is tied to a leader. Apart from political adulation and all of that, the person, the self. Why do we still talk about the likes of the Mobafemi Awolowo? Because they were leaders. They had embodiments. You can't make mistakes like this. Even the former governor of the state, an investment bank, cannot make mistakes like this. Mm-hmm. Even the opposition, Aswe Godalo, cannot make mistakes like this. But when we treat leaders or the leadership recruitment system, when it's flawed, and you see things like this, and you're wondering what is going on in the country. Okay. What is going on in the country? But for all the people that support these politicians, I ask them, can you make this politician your daughter's school teacher?
As long as he's not a thief.
So if you cannot, I let this person teach your daughter in school.
No problem.
Then you want them to hold the position. Right. And those people that were trying to push propaganda, the video they were trying to parade that he read it well in some places is different from that particular number I stuttered on.
Exactly.
And that's why we are saying debates, please come. I want to also now reiterate my offer. Dear Governor of Edo State, nothing, no animals. We want you to succeed. Yeah. Come to this platform for interview.
All right.
Let's talk. Let's talk about your plans and policies.
I know you want to say that. But I want to pull up the picture of the day, and it is the T-shirt that Edo people are selling right now. Can we pull up that T-shirt really quickly?
Christmas T-shirt.
Christmas T-shirt. It says, made in Edo, it's confusing me. Dr. Abate Ayo, quickly, before Dr. Abate.
Should I go first so that you can wrap up the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, I mean, to be honest, I think Mr. Tenebe did a worse job or made the situation worse by coming out to give that statement. In fact, the other one where they were trying to tell people that was a wrong video was even at an attempt to spin. But him coming out to say that is because he cannot read figures like that because he doesn't steal. Yeah. Doesn't mean that... So I wanted to make an attempt to read the figures, but so I don't say I'm stealing. Let me not read the figures. Because, I mean, in business meetings, if you've been in boardrooms or you handled such sums of money, it shouldn't be a big deal for you. On the other hand, a more intelligent argument for you might have been that everybody makes mistakes. People can make you're not born an orator. Some people are not great public speakers. And so if you get in front of an audience, if you're presenting such an important document to the people of Edo State, you might have gotten a bit nervous because of the passion you wanted to exude and you missed the numbers. Simple way of correcting situations, not making people feel as if we are stupid or taking the people that are listening to you for fools. In fact, Rolake Akinkunmi, when we're having the conversation, gave a very good reason why this could have happened. He might be dyslexic. Yeah. He might have reading challenges, and there's nothing wrong with it.
With that.
President Zuma of South Africa made a lot of blunders when he was speaking. In fact, we all know in the beginning, we all joked about it. So there's nothing, we're not expecting perfection. But what we're asking is that let the people know the truth. If the man made a mistake, he's not infallible. He's human. But the other part of it is, again, competence. And the fact that we had said it, because during the campaign season, it was a matter that was raised a number of times that he cannot read the document. And so this almost seemed like a proof of that. But just to say that there are better ways of managing situations like this rather than coming to insult the intelligence of people who are watching.
Well, I sympathize with the people of Edo State. The state that produced Professor Ambrose Ali, the state that produced my former teacher, Professor Osareme Osumbo, has now produced an individual who cannot even pronounce 650 million. Or is it a billion? Billion. 650 billion. Finding it very difficult. I don't understand this argument about his being dyslexic and all of that.
It could be dyslexic. I am sure.
Well, that has to be medically proven. I think that what we are suspecting here is a question of what Edo people ordered and what they were given. You know, they do this thing on social media. Yeah. What I ordered, what I got. This is a state that has Aswe Godalo, who has been chairman of a bank, who knows about numbers, who knows about law, who will have pronounced very well. Yeah. Now, democracy throws up its own tricks. This is what Edo State people, this is what they say they have ordered. Let them live with it for the next 4 years. That's number one. Number two, the gentleman called Tenebe, Jared Tenebe, I hope he realizes that what he has done is just to put himself in the line of defamation. Because he was saying that Obaseki is because he stole money. If he were the one, he would have been able to pronounce the figure as a thief. Now, he will have to provide that proof if Godwin Obaseki decides to go after him. He also went further to say, well, maybe Asue Godalo, who is a thief, would have been able to pronounce the figure because he's also used to billions. Asue Godalo is a lawyer, and he's an educated man. He may well decide to ask the APC chairman of Edo State to come and prove it that he has stolen money. That's why he will be able to pronounce billions. And to show him where he had pronounced billions before. Right. The third point is that, look, this is the point we make about leadership recruitment. One of the biggest problems with Nigerian democracy is leadership recruitment. Why is it that it's people who have godfathers, people who have money, people who have subservient, Division 3 personalities are the ones who get to important positions. We will sit here one day in this country, a tout will be appointed a minister of the Federal Republic. And all of us, which tout? Don't identify. No, please. No, please don't mention names. Don't mention names.
Say they were motor parks before
as ministers.
But don't mention names.
They're already there now.
So leadership
with motor park origin.
Leadership
ministers in this country.
Leadership recruitment process. It is not for nothing that in a place like the UK, they will say, oh, this person went to Oxford, this person went to... They will study you carefully. But yeah, we just throw up all kinds of characters.
All right.
Finally, what's his name? Okwewolo. The drama around him was enacted during the presentation of the appropriation bill for 2025 in Edo State. I think the bigger challenge is for the people of Edo State to take a look at that budget, which is 3 times the last budget that was presented by Obaseki, and to make sure that that is a budget that will serve the interest of the people. If the governor himself cannot even pronounce the numbers, what is he going to manage?
Let me bring some balance, Dr. Abati. Let me bring some balance here. Okay. At the end of the day, in the end, the governor presented the budget with ease. He titled the appropriation bill, "The Budget of Renewed Hope for a Rising Edo." Well, during his presentation, he noted that the proposed budget, estimated at 605 billion naira, reflects a 25% increase from the 2024 budget. Let's take a look.
Mr. Speaker, the proposed budget size for 2025 fiscal year is 605 billion. This is 25% increase from the 2024 budget. 35% of this sum, amounting to 223 billion, will be deducted for recurrent expenditure, which the remaining 381 billion, which represents 65%, will go into capital projects. Road infrastructure. It is our plan to make a huge difference in the road sector. Therefore, we have appropriated 162 billion for road development across the state. We are aware of the importance of connecting communities with motorable roads for a rapid economic growth.
Well, Ayo here, he was able to read out those numbers, so it may not be dyslexia after all.
No, but the whole numbers he read out.
Well, that I guess he even. Some people said he dropped the 0.7 in the 605, but we don't. I mean, he was able to read out some numbers. But some of his supporters have hailed him as well. They have. They really have. Last week, the governor embarked on the inspection of public schools and expressed his displeasure at the dilapidated structures, poor sanitary and learning conditions at the schools. The governor was accompanied on the tour by the chairman of the State University Basic Education Board and other top government officials. His supporters during the tour hailed him as the best performing governor. Let's take a look.
The performing governor. Oga wey no dey fail, Mr. Project. Oga Tokonadu Oga. My Oga no dey fail. Oga wey no dey tire for work. The executive
the working governor.
The
working governor. No matter. No matter. Edo is happy. Edo is happy. Edo is happy. Edo is happy. No matter. This one a new era. See, and Ashomole and I built this school. 2016. Now Ashomole finished this school. Obaseki come here, he give here to Edo Best. But today, the governor is here. He wants to take it from your Ashomole store. He wants to take it from your Ashomole store. The executive governor of Edo State, Edo 001.
Performing governor. Performing governor.
As half Edo State, this is the problem with governorship, governance and leadership in Nigeria. Psychophancy.
Right.
Psychophants, he got inaugurated on the 12th of November of this year. Tomorrow will make it 1 month.
Yes.
In less than 1 month, they've adjudged him best performing. What has he performed?
Correct.
What has he done?
Inspecting schools
That
and
is,
sites
you
and
see,
roads.
So
He's been going around doing that.
But I also blame the people who go out to elect and because our standards are so low. What has he done in less than a month that he's been adjudged best performing governor?